Good morning, class. I'll be continuing with the same chapter, Chapter 7, Social Reformers. In the last class, I have explained up to this Sir Said Ahmed Khan and his contribution towards Indian society. And today I'll be starting with the new topic, Parsi Reform Movement. Page number is 88. So today's first topic is Parsi Reform Movement. So the Parsi community in India was also influenced by the Indian Reformation or awakening in the 19th century. The most notable of Parsi leaders were Dadabhai Naoroji and Naoroji Phudunji. They started the Renumai Mazdayasan Sabha or Religious Reform Association in 1857 for the regeneration of the social condition of the Parsis and the restoration of the Zoroastrian religion. So this the Parsi reform movement, the Parsi community in the it was influenced by the Indian Reformation, or it is also called the awakening in the 19th century in the Indian societies. And the most notable leader of the Parsis were the Dadabhai Naoroji and Naoroji Phudunji. So as they started, both of them started the Renumai Mazdayasan Sabha, or it's also known as Religious Reform Association in 1857, and as they started this movement for the regeneration of the social condition of the Parsis and the restoration of the Zoroastrian religion. Dadabhai Naoroji was elected the president of the Congress 3 times and was affectionately called the Grand Old Man of India. And the Parsi reformers started a journal called Ras Goftar for the purpose of social and religious reform among the Parsis. They campaigned against orthodox custom and initiated modernization for the Parsis of the Parsis social custom regarding marriage, position of women, and education of girls. In due course, the Parsis became the most westernized section of the Indian society. So as this Parsi society, as Dadabhai Naoroji was elected, he was elected the president for the 3 times. So he was elected for president of the Congress for three times, and he was affectionately called the Grand Old Man of India. Even the Parsis reformers started a journal, Ras Goftar, for the purpose of social and religious reform. For the purpose of social and religious reforms, and among the Parsis, they campaigned against the custom, orthodox, the traditional custom, and initiated orthodox means traditional custom, and initiated as they had started modernization of the Parsis social custom regarding marriage, position of women, and education of girls. In due course, the Parsis became the most as it is also in due course, as it is said, that the Parsis became the most westernized section of the Indian society. The next topic is Sikh reform movement. The Sikh, with their glorious past, were also rose by the spirit of social reform. They made attempts to purify the religion and social life. The Singh Sabhas played an important role in the spread of education, which led to the foundation of the Khalsa College in Amritsar in 1890. So after the Parsis, the Sikh reform movement, even the Sikh, they have a very glorious past, and they were also arose by this, as they were also rise by the spirit of the social reform. So they also made attempt to purify the religion and social life of the people, and the Singh Sabhas, as this one of the Singh Sabhas plays important role in the spread of education, and which also led to the foundation of Khalsa College in Amritsar in 1892. In the early decades of the 20th century, a powerful movement was launched by the Shiromani Gurdwara Prabandhak Committee and the Akali Dal to reform the Gurdwaras which were under the control of priests and Mahants. So, in the early decades of the 20th century, as the powerful movement was launched, by the Shiromani Gurdwara Prabandhak Committee and the Akali Dal to reform the Gurdwaras. So they want to reform the Gurdwaras which was under the control of priests and Mahants, so who treated them as their private jagirs. So as these priests and Mahan, they treated the Gurdwaras as their private property, and so the leaders of the freedom movement supported the cause which the Sikh masses were fighting. By passing a law in 1925, the right of managing Gurdwaras was given to the Shiromani Gurdwara Prabandhak Committee. So, because of this, the leader of the freedom movement supported the cause for the Sikh, which the Sikh masses were fighting as they were passing a law in 1925. So the right of managing Gurdwaras was given to the Shiromani Gurdwara Prabandhak Committee. Even the Khalsa College, which was set up in Amritsar, a large number of schools were also started to promote the Gurumukhi script and Punjabi literature. So even the Khalsa College, which was set up in Amritsar in 1892, even after that, a number of schools were also started to promote the Gurumukhi script and Punjabi literature. Next topic is reform movement impact. So after all the reform, what was the impact of this movement? Let's see. As a group of reformers had a great impact on the 19th century in Indian society and culture. Reformers made different regions also linked to all India nationalist movement, and reform acquired a nationalist flavor and an all India extension. The reform movement of the 19th century were able to achieve the following. So as the reform movement was started as it is seen in the 19th, it's seen a great impact in the 19th century as the Indian society and in the Indian society and culture, and even reformers from different regions, as not only from one place but reformers from different regions also came linked to the all India nationalist movement and also acquired nationalist flavor to all India extension. So if this reform movement of the 19th century were able to achieve the following. First is Widow Remarriage Act was passed in 1856. So this, because of this reform, the Widow Remarriage Act was passed in 1856. Sati and female infanticide were banned. Even the sati and female infanticides were banned. Education of girls was popularized. So after all this reformation, education of girls were popularized. Marriageable age of girls were raised. Even the marriageable age of girls was raised. The caste system became less rigid. So as India has a very rigid caste system, so the caste system became less rigid and Western education was adopted. So after all this reformation, even now India adopted the Western education. The period of reform movement also witnessed considerable movement in literature. Many educated Indians took to expressing their ideas and opinion in newspaper, magazines or books as poems, stories or essays. They did not write just in English but also in their own regional languages. Some famous literary figures of this period were Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay, Sarojini Naidu, Tarabai Shinde and Subramania Bharati. So the period of reform movement, this reformation movement witnessed considerable as its development. After this reformation movement, there was a considerable movement in literature, and many educated as also many educated Indians also took to express their ideas and opinion in even after they are started to express their ideas in newspaper, magazines or books as poems, stories or essays. They not only write in English but they also write in the regional languages. Some famous literary figures of this period are Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay, Sarojini Naidu, Tarabai Shinde and Subramania Bharati. Art and theatre were also arenas of the expression of India's past heritage and the need of society changes. Artists such as Nandalal Bose, Abanindranath Tagore and Raja Ravi Verma developed a style of art which saw a fusion of Indian artistic tradition with European techniques of painting. Therefore, the 19th century in India was a period of social and cultural revival and regeneration. So, not only it is in the development in literature, but even art and theatre were also the arenas for the expression of Indian past heritage and the need for social changes. Even the artists during that time was Nandalal Bose, Rabindranath Tagore, Raja Ravi Verma, as they developed a style of art and which they saw a fusion of Indian artistic tradition with as they are using the artistic tradition artistic Indian artistic tradition with European by using European technique of painting. So therefore, the 19th century of India was a period of social and cultural revival and regeneration for the Indian people and the Indian society. So this is the concluding part of this chapter. That's all for today. Thank you.